game we have coming up here. A top 10 team perhaps walking right into a trap. As any fan of college football knows, when you go on the road, you never know what you might run into. Welcome everyone to Williams-Brice Stadium, home of the South Carolina Gamecocks. As we'll see the number 9 team in the country, the Penn State Nittany Lions, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the South Carolina Gamecocks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. And the Gamecocks will put total leather to crank us up. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Nittany Lions offense will start this game off. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone. And you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinator coming to this football game, like...
Oh, he's got some space. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44. The Nittany Lions, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. From the gun, he leads it with the back. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. Got a little work done on first down, now back to the line. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? Guys, let's think big picture for a minute and talk about Penn State. At this point in the season, you're probably in if the playoff starts today, but it doesn't. A long way to go, and the margins will be extra thin from here on out.
No, because if the season ended today, you're basically right on the cusp outside of the top 5, so you need to keep winning. You need to keep the intensity up, playing with a sense of urgency. For the second half of the season, David, I think that's a massive key for this team.
Man, it's so hard with young kids, 17, 18.
Hits him in stride inside the 10. Run out of bounds just before he could get it into the end zone, and now they're set up 1st and goal. The Nittany Lions started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Back to pass. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! Quick strike through the air for the score.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. And he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So the South Carolina Gamecocks offense will get the ball for the first time. And they're going to have to contend with a secondary that is one of the best in the nation, Jesse.
And they're a complete secondary, too. When you watch them on film, they're very good defending the pass and coverage, and they can play man and zone. But I like them, David, because they're not afraid to put their face in the face.
Breaks into the open. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, it's so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
How about the job and recognition by the defense? They knew exactly what they were trying to set up, and they had multiple defenders surrounding that intended target so that there was nowhere for him to go once he caught the ball.
The give to the running back from the shotgun. There was just nowhere to cut back. Great job by the defense, and he'll have to take the loss. It'll take some work to get to the sticks. It's 3rd and long from the 30. These corners going to give these receivers some space. They've got the screen set up. They stop him right at the 40-yard line. It's 4th down. Will they bring out the punt team? The Gamecocks will bring the punt team onto the field. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. He'll try to field the punt and bring it back. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Quarterback making checks. They're looking to get the edge with this one on the toss. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, they're trying to go toss to the field and get that running back out into space to use his speed, but the defense looked like they were already lined up expecting that play, and they force a negative.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Sets up the screen. Makes a man miss. Brought down just short of the sticks on the screen pass.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
The Nittany Lions are facing 3rd and inches. They'll try to get the first through the air. Underneath toasted coverage, got it deep downfield. Turns it on down the left side. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Penn State!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed, and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They are going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Running back searching for a hole. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5.
He tries to take the top off. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down. And now let's see if the offense can bail itself out after the 2nd down misfire. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And the throw out to the sideline, good for just a few yards. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the 1st. And the Gamecocks will punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. The give to the tailback. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. Runs 1st down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Takes the easy throw in the flat. There he goes. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. The offense set for a 1st down play. Out of the gun, the running back has it. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Man, how fast did they get in there and make that tackle for a loss? If you blinked, you missed it. Nice job by the defense, getting penetration. Everybody up near the line of scrimmage, shooting the game.
Going deep. And that falls incomplete as they tried to wrap up the 1st quarter with a bang, but the incomplete pass takes us to the 2nd quarter. We've reached a break, and Penn State is on top. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the 1st quarter as we take a look at the stats. So they had a chance to talk over this 3rd down play to open the period. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws for the tight end. Got a man in the middle. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
Sends it back in motion. Wants to throw it. Quickly out to the tight end. He get it down to the 35 before he stopped. 10-yard pickup on the play, and it's a first down. They saw that blitz coming, and the way to get out of it is find the tight end.
Yeah, how quick did he see that, too? He sees the blitz, understands this is a matchup where I got my big tight end, the big fella I trust. I'm going to find that matchup, get him the football for the first down.
Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. So now it's second and long. Wants to go up top. Right on the money. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Ball at the 31, third and short coming, defense trying to rise up. From the gun, wants to pass. Unleashes one deep. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
This defense is going to have to make some adjustments here at halftime because they have been taken advantage of deep down the field in the passing game. They've already given up 2 TD passes. That was almost number 3, and we're only in the first half.
On fourth down, going to the air. Incomplete, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
You know, offensively in that situation, fourth down, you're throwing for it. Everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play to keep the drive alive. They couldn't get it done, and now the offense is coming off the field.
Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33. The Gamecocks in the hurry up.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
Nearly picked off there, and he might be the last guy on the field you'd expect to drop that one. It'll be third down.
Yeah, nice coverage, and you'd like to snag that interception, but there's always a reason why these thoroughbred athletes play defense. It's usually because of their lack of hands, like you just saw.
Wide open, he makes the catch. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
And the Gamecocks have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's second and a mile. Throws to the wideout. Working that left side. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. He's got it. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch. First and goal and a touchdown here really gives them momentum. He'll set up to throw. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
And this is what the offense knows they cannot do. They can't allow sacks. In their last game, they were sacked 5 times. Obviously lost that football game. And early in this one, they're having issues again, keeping their quarterback standing up straight.
It's 3rd and goal and a long way from the end zone. From the gun, wants to pass. Bring in the heat. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. They've decided to try to go for the field goal here. This try will come from the left hash, and he'll try to curl it in from 38. Right down the boulevard. Now the lead is down to 11. After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Looking to scramble. On the run, deep down the right side. And it's knocked away downfield. The DB getting a hand in there. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. He'll take another shot here. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
And he bats it away and falls incomplete.
Well, the defense finally has figured it out. That was critical for their confidence because they had been scored on earlier. They had given up a ton of yards. I think they understood the gravity of the situation. 3rd down, that was critical for them to get off the field, build momentum, build some confidence. Nice job that time by the defense.
Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Buys a little time with his feet. He gets the job done, picking up the 1st down, then getting down. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Fires to the big fella. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for 2nd down. Back to pass. He wants to take the top off. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Returns it down to the 47-yard line, and his defense thrives on taking the football away. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the 1st half. Looking to throw on 1st down. Rushes on him. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hit. And the Nittany Lions want to crank the tempo. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Going for it all. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity.
Well, this quarterback has really found a nice rhythm early. He's in firm control and command of everything that's happening. They've had 2 drives. They've scored 2 touchdowns. And here on their 3rd possession, he still wants to take shots. That one obviously falls incomplete. But if you're him, I would keep spinning the beam.
Sends it downfield. Snags it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
On the move from inside his 5. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. The offense starts this drive in the shadow of its own end zone. On the move. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there, they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Men, it is hard to beat Columbia when that town is buzzing as it is today. And how do we possibly begin without singing the praises of this receiver? His ability to find gaps, run textbook routes, and then show that breakaway speed. He simply is the total package.
And he loses the ball deep in his own end. It's recovered by the kicking team, and they get the ball right back. And this, my friend, is what you call advantageous field position. Starting the drive with a 1st and goal. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Looking to the end zone. Touchdown, Penn State! And the pummeling has started. What a grab and what a quick strike for that offense.
And when I'm an offensive coordinator and I see a short field, I'm thinking attack, attack, attack. Go get that touchdown. Take advantage of what the defense gave you. Great job by the offensive coordinator.
Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Unless you have somebody ready to do his best Tom Brady impression, down 28-3 is no fun, and they have to get something going right now.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
When you're a defensive guy and you want to fire in, you want to go hit the quarterback, but you know if I fire in, he's just going to give the football up. You got to be patient. You got to understand what your responsibility is. Then you see when he keeps the football, you got to go tag him. But the problem is these guys are such good athletes. They're so hard to catch once they do pull the football. But it's kind of like the hidden hat trick. You know, where's the ball? It's underneath this one. No, I picked this one up. No, it's gone. It's underneath this one. Nope, there it is. It's gone.
Some 3rd down conversions tougher than others. This one a long one on 3rd down from the 43. On the run, still looking. Quarterback gets the 1st down. Wisely avoiding the big hit with the slide.
And these are the ones that they just add up, and they're so frustrating for a defender. Trust me, I'm a defensive guy. It's just annoying. You get him in 3rd and medium. They're going to pass the football. You play the pass well, but man, does he have a good feel, and he just pulls it down, and it's almost like he knew exactly where he had to get. Smart scramble. Nice job getting the 1st down.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Here's the handoff. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. And then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the
turning it on. Just what they've hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a 1st at the 32.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
Off play action on 1st down. Here comes the heat. Zings it complete to the right. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. You know, we joke that the tight end's always open, David, but play action almost makes it impossible to keep them covered.
And yeah, because those guys, they're such good blockers most of the time. They're big and physical, and they cell block for a second, and then they run open and they find holes in zones, or they get good matchups. And, man, those tight ends nowadays are nightmares for defenses to try to stop.
Well, they're trying to set up the screen pass to the running back, just nowhere to go after he caught the football. The defense completely swarmed around him, and that's a loss.
It's a makeable field goal from the 29-yard line. Let's see how aggressive they are on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Got out of trouble and throws. Makes the grab. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain.
A nice job of awareness on defense there on that 3rd down. You know, you're expecting the offense to throw the football, but it's not just going to be receivers or tight ends you got to worry about. You got to keep your eye on where that running back is. They knew exactly where he would be, and they were able to make the tackle second.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room, because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Leaves it with the back. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30. This is where you make the money on the drive. Ball at the 30, it's 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Spits it out to the back. And that 3rd down pass left a vapor trail, but it's incomplete. The Nittany Lions decide to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Feels the punt and try to pick up some yards. Looking everywhere for room to run, but really good coverage, and he'll step out of bounds. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Guys, that last trip a little disappointing, having to take the 3.
Yeah, I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It's a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical at the point of attack, get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game to win.
They're going to ride this running back. Stuffed almost in his tracks, but strong enough to pick up 1 to the 35.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Complete to the left. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield. The Gamecocks have it with a 1st and 10. He'll pull it on the read. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense understanding, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Off the play fake. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
Well, we've seen this offense struggle early in this game, protecting the quarterback. They went in at halftime, thought they'd made the right adjustments, but it's not looking like it right now. They're still having issues keeping this guy standing up straight. Up front, they're just getting beat across the board.
Quickly out on the screen to the wide receiver. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You've set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. They'll go to the ground. Oh, he's got some space. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, you're going to be hard to stop.
Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Unleashes one. Fully thrown ball, terrific catch, and they'll have the first down. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Out of the gun, they give to the back. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Penn State on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. So the final period starts with a second down play. We'll send the tight end in motion. To the ground with the back. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Now they're going to throw it. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Trying to pick up a first down. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls in.
Incomplete pass, and the defense comes up big, and they take over. Looking downfield on first down. On the run, fires downfield. He makes the catch. Really. Pick up there as they have it out to the 44 with the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. He's going to take off. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You can get the ball out, but when things break down and they get off schedule, you've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly that.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. Fires on the move. Working on the right. Breaks into the open. Knocked out of bounds. They're in the red zone. Mark it at the 17, and they are set up.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive...
And the rush will get to him at the 25. And the Gamecocks are in the hurry-up.
Man, that is a big negative play for this defense, putting them in reverse, getting the quarterback on the ground, and they better get ready again. Look at this offense. They're right.
And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack. The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop him right here. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And the pressure gets to him again. Another sack. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. Lofts one high and deep. The receiver was doubled, and they picked it off. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Throws to the tight end. Intercepted for the 11th time. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Great place to start for this offense. Here we go. Motion from the back. To the air on first down. Lets it fly. Touchdown, South Carolina. The offense puts up 6 with that trip to the end zone. They want to see if they can score the deuce.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing.
And the quarterback goes down, but there is a penalty flag down, and I think the offense is going to pick up the first down. The defense was offside. Few anxious moments there, but the hands team true to its name as they make the grab and get the ball. Offense making its way under the field to start the drive. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. He is delivering the blow while running the ball, and he gets it to the 39. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. Wants to fire on second down. Now adjusting. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. Ball just inside the 40 at the 39. It's third and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the tight end. Really nice job to convert that third down, and they've got it at the 33. Quick timeout call by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. The Nittany Lions will snap it on 1st and 10. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. Looking to fire. Fires toward the end zone. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down. Trying to pick up a first down. Wants to adjust the pattern. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Now on 4th down, they'll settle for a field goal try. No good. And despite this field goal, guys, it's a bright side. They're still up by 16. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field.
Hey, sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man. Just go for it every time. Like the field goal, miss, make, rate. And listen, kickers haven't...
There he goes. Look at that toughness, just running through everybody. Steps out at the 34-yard line. Big pickup on that one in this offense within striking distance. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. To the air on 2nd down. Fires to the big fella. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. They'll hurry to the line here to try to get off that 3rd down play. From the gun, wants to pass. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. Pressure coming. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. He is finally out of bounds, but he was smelling that end zone on that return. And they'll take a knee, the universal symbol for we have this thing in hand. We sensed a great deal of confidence, almost a smugness from this coaching staff. And these guys on the field, it's as if they knew they were going to win.
Yeah, playing with a bit of a chip on their shoulder, and I think they really felt like they had a real good game plan offensively and defensively coming into this one, David. There was some matchups on the field they thought they could exploit. We saw that happen.
No doubt. Good job by this coaching staff, understanding who's out there to make plays, feeding them the football, offense, defense, special teams, all working together to get the done.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.